Hey.
Hello.
Let's see, where am I? In the picture? No.
You should be in the picture too. Yeah. That's good.
Well, hi, everybody. This is your friend captjrab here. Today I'm with my good friend Naoki, and we're going to talk about just some esoteric stuff, you know, the typical stuff for Rabble Radio 1. I put a little music on here in the background. Naoki, you're really into making mixtapes, as you know, with the cassette medium. And I always found it to be really interesting, especially the most brilliant thing I've heard in a long time is when you're listening to old music to slow this tempo of the song down as to the pitch on the record player, because a lot of stuff back in the, you know, in these days when it was recorded 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever, it was just too fast. Like, I don't know, maybe these people were drinking too much coffee or something like that. So you like just lower the pitch on the record player and it gives the song and the music like a whole new meaning. It's kind of a more tripped out kind of meaning, and you know what, that's what I'm all about ultimately. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I was going to ask you, do you consider yourself to be a Shinjiki?
Shinjuki?
Yeah.
Shinjuki.
Yeah.
Concerned about Shinjuki?
Are you like a modern example of that or what?
I'm still thinking about how do you mean Shinjuki?
I guess what I mean is like it was this sort of beat movement in Japan.
Yeah.
And you know, back in the I guess like mid to late 60s, just like it was happening everywhere else, people were growing their hair out and like, you know, all living together in like big shared apartment spaces and like not working very hard and making far out music and art and getting together in like coffee shops and poetry places and stuff like that, and doing abstract art, stuff like that over there in Japan in a certain neighborhood. Do you remember what neighborhood was that? It was in Tokyo, and I forget the name of there's this one neighborhood that was kind of the beat neighborhood, like the North Beach or the Haight or whatever.
Well, I think there is no place like a North Beach and a place like past in San Francisco in Tokyo, but there is like different way people spending time. I think San Francisco is just special. That's what I'm thinking. Like, even not for beatniks or any other historical way to seeing this city. Like even now, it's just only different from the. I don't know. I don't live in Tokyo and like any other places. Just sometime visiting over there, but none of the place could be matched with the San Francisco. That's what I'm thinking these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, okay, I was in New York for a couple of weeks. Well, no, back on the East Coast, and then I was in New York for a couple of days. And my friend there was saying how, you know, he liked San Francisco as well. He loves New York and he lives there. He's a great guy. You know, he's lived both places. He is saying in New York it's a little more dog eat dog, whereas opposed to like out here on the West Coast, it's got pays at least lip service to the whole communal vibe. You know, like, oh, that's not right kind of thing, you know, let's like talk about it, you know, it's almost like therapy kind of thing, but because words don't ultimately get shit done, but I don't know, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
We're more spaced out and thinking about stuff, I guess, you know, and that's good. I always thought it was always kind of a I'm totally a fool, actually, if people haven't guessed that by now, by watching any of these podcasts. But,
Yeah.
but, you know, I just don't spend my whole, like, life worrying about, like, the future and, like, how, you know, I'm going to be, like, living under a bridge somewhere because I didn't start saving for my retirement and started a career at, a really young age.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that's what everybody's started to think about. What is your benefit? Where to live, like where you go to, like every single action. That's what you're gonna take. It's for benefit. I think that's the new Jiki kind of people that is thinking, but well, I of course sometimes think about like my career and what is the benefit
of living.
Yeah, to live or whatever things is let me following this vision of the future. But I agree, like what you say, you don't really see the vision of the future because like futures always it's the future. It's not like
It's the
where
unknowable.
I live. Yeah, unreliable and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well-
Just could be anything too.
Maybe in the future we'll have time machines and we can go, for it and we can see like, oh man, I gotta go back. I gotta fix this mess here.
Yeah.
Well, our whole consciousness shifted into this sort of like revision of, how we can all just be like, making the right decisions and putting the right emphasis and the right energy into certain places. Whereas,
Oh yeah.
without knowing the future, I guess it's kind of hard to do that,
Now I just find out some of people travel to the future using a time machine and see what you will be and think about, maybe rethink about like yourself and get some improvement for it, get benefit for seeing future. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Back to the Future.
Yeah,
And,
basically.
yeah, and it's like some kind of psychedelic kind of moment. It is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, psychedelics are definitely the closest thing we have to a time machine
Yeah.
at this point in time.
At this point. Yeah.
And then some. I mean, that's always the big question mark before you go to the psychedelic happy land is, the future is kind of a big question mark. I mean, where is this going to go?
I don't know. It's all the problem is whole enclosing us, like in this world. Like what you people say what you're gonna do is just kind of shame. There's war and big garbages problem and populations. All the natural materials is super limited and yeah, it's kind of hard life what we are facing onto, but
Yeah.
that's another future vision too. if you could afford that your life's present already, that's the way you go to. Yeah.
That's a good way to judge it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything you could, tell any of your friends back in Japan that you'd like to tell them in Japanese once they don't speak English so well? If you wanted to just tell them hello or anything, or like what's going on here.
Okay.
And like while you're staring at this picture on your Facebook of,
Okay.
you and this guy over here talking about weird shit.
In Japanese.
Yeah, sure.
こんにちは。サンフランシスコからこのただいまの状況を報告しますが、これはすごく変に聞こえるかもしれませんが、こういうふうに自分がしたいことを決めながら自分の人生を作っていくことができるというのは素晴らしいことです。ということで皆さん一度はサンフランシスコに遊びに来ましょう。
ありがとう。
ありがとう。
Well, I've always been interested in crossover, kind of Japanese and American kind of like sandwich,
Yeah.
as far as the aesthetics go and how the Japanese take all of our, ideas and just make them to the actual maximum insane top of, intensity and just shatter, like the whole idea and make it their own, which is like, super fantastic. And, I'm always into, some noise and ambient music and stuff like that, and I've considered myself to be an American Japanoise musician ever since I heard the idea of Japanoise. And I think it was one of those guys was on tour over here, and they asked him how he judged if he played a good show or not, and he said, I don't judge a show from how well I can play as far as more like how high I can jump up in the air. So I'm into that kind of aesthetic, and there's another art exhibit I went to back when the Momos first opened up, and there's this Japanese artist, and he was up on the rooftop. There's pictures of him doing his art, and he was like doing these flying kicks in the air and like breaking like glass and stuff, and it would all end up falling onto the canvas. And I was into this sort of action art, like physical, kind of putting yourself into it kind of thing. It's very like kind of the Dionysian, kind of spell casting of abstract art. And it's always not necessarily even what the final product is, it's about how you got to that place. It's like the map that you took to get there. So.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what can I say for the other art, but I agree. Like we all try to jump in the air because we under the age of Michael Jordan don't get so on kind of cultural background, and of course it's kind of extreme because like imagine like how many people could jump like Michael Jordan and dunk that well, like shoot well, and yes,
I have an idea.
Like this energy is how he like showing the energy the artist sometimes having in your body, and then break some glasses make some views or escapes. What's you say it's art is art. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
What anybody says is art, or perhaps it's not. But if you're calling it not art, then you're actually it's art in itself. So there's no escaping it, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like that story of the guy who said, the mantra was like, to believe in God all day, praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God. And this other guy, because these people want to go to heaven, right? So this guy comes along, this real snickery, cynical guy. He says, I'm going to do the different mantra. There is no God, there is no God, there is no God, there is no God, okay? And when he died, he went to heaven, and then he's like, what's up? And they said, well, you kept God in your mind at all times. So that's like that with art, too. Hey, I'm going to see if you would be interested in doing some jumping up and down. And I'll put the music back on. Okay. And we can just see what kind of jumping we can do here.
Okay.
Maybe jumping. Like, how high we can jump.
Okay.
All right.
Under the age of Michael Jordan.
Right.
Yeah.
I could forget the tears and the crying that I went through once before. Nothing alone as the sky. One day I know we'll find again the love we had, and I will know and feel the joys and pleasures that I'm dreaming of. And I don't know, but if it don't work out, the tears that I cried in bed gon' bring her home. If it don't work out. Again, I hold you. Just asking a team, cooking between our screens.